finally, my US Solid 15 kW induction forge has come in. So I have it and the 12-liter TIG cooler. I'm gonna take those out, get them set up, and see what she'll do. Pretty well built little box here. Cooler just came in a cardboard box. One foot switch. Looks like 1-inch hose for the cooler. The one coil it comes with, and ends for another coil. Coil of copper to make another coil. And the manual. Now I did look the manual up online and read through the manual. It doesn't tell you a ton of stuff about like how to wire the plug onto it, what breaker, any of that to use. I reached out to John Switzer from Black Bear Forge, and he's using 8-auger wire and a 40-amp breaker. So that's what I got for mine. With a welder plug, I can plug it into the same plug that my welder normally uses anyway. Fancy. All right, so we'll set this up over there in just a second. I can get it out of the way. Like this little box, I may keep that. This is the TIG cooler. Just 110 volts. They have 3 different ones. They have a 10 liter, a 12 liter, and a 25 liter. Given that I live in Texas, I probably should have got the 25 liter, but I figured I'd go middle of the road. We'll see how that goes. Okay. Alright, you got one input, one output, and a power switch. It also comes with 2 hoses, one for inlet and outlet, and a set of fittings. I assume so that you can adapt it to the hoses that came with that. It also has a manual. I did not look at the manual on this. I probably need to, because I need to see what kind of coolant I can use in it, or antifreeze if you will, because in the next couple of days it's supposed to get into the 20s. It's nice today, but I'm going to set this thing up and try it out today, and then I'll have to pump all the water out of it or bring it in the house to keep it from freezing and getting damaged. So we'll see how that goes. Now I'll set all of this stuff up over here and start hooking everything up. Okay, so what we're gonna do is set everything up on this. I actually made this little cart for my TIG welder, but I am not a TIG welder, so we're just gonna use this same little lawnmower cart that I made out of a push mower. We're gonna use that to hold the induction forge and the TIG cooler. I'll put the TIG cooler on the bottom and the induction forge on the top here. Something like that. I'm gonna have to eventually make some adjustments so it sits flat. That's a little, but we'll figure that out. I don't think that part is super important right now. TIG cooler like that. Run the piping on the back side. I do need to hook up the power here. That's better than the one that has the hinges, so I need to take this off, put the wire in there, and then put the plug on the end of the wire so that I can plug it up to the welder, and we will go from there. All right, now I've got the power wire hooked up to it. I just put a welder plug on the end, ran the ground. I used the lugs that came with it for the bottom, or for the ground, but not for the too hot. So I went and bought those and crimped those on, and hooked up these water lines, cut them both the same size because they're both going to the same place. And then once I spin it around, I'll hook those to the input and output of the front. It came with 6 hose clamps. I don't know if they have no faith in me or no faith in the hose clamps. Either way, I like to get extra stuff. The clamps work fine. They're tight. They don't move or anything like that. You have to use these particular fittings because inside of here there's an O-ring that seals these. So you have to use these kind of fittings. So you'll have to use this size line on this particular unit, just so you know. Now the water lines are hooked up. So we have our inlet and outlet. I just need to pull this out, fill this up, and then we can start turning we'll put the coil on and start turning everything on. But we're getting there. From what I understand, we're supposed to be using distilled water, so I bought 4 gallons of distilled water. It should hold a little over 3. I think we can plug everything in. Now, the coil that comes with this is sort of at a downward angle, and I'm not so sure I like that. I think since it's copper, you can make some minor adjustments and try that. Let's plug everything in. That's already on. And that's a leak. And that's another leak. Must be a fairly high pressure system. So I'll have to tighten some stuff up. Move my head if it wasn't screwed Doing tight. That run a little bit and run the bubbles out of it, and I'll figure out a way to tighten these. Okay, I think I've got all the bubbles out of it and all those leaks finally stopped. Really small quick switch. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but that TIG cooler is like high pitched, annoyingly so. I don't know. That's the pump or fan, whatever it is very loud. Okay, so the foot switch, should make it in manual mode so you don't have to set the heating times and all of that stuff. You just stick something in there and hit the pedal. You can dial it up to how much power you want to use, and then just put something in there and heat it up, I guess. We'll turn that up to its max. Put this in here. That's 1 minute. That's amazing. I could work on that right now. I am curious though, some of the stuff that I do is small with like 1/4 inch round bar, and these coils are not supposed to be great for something that small. I wonder if I could roll a coil around this and make a smaller coil specifically for something small. That's fantastic though. I didn't have to light the forge. It's not putting out a whole bunch of heat. It's actually cool to the touch. In the summer, this is going to be amazing. I like this thing. Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. This is my new US Solid 15 kW induction forge. It is fantastic. So check it out. I'll show you how it works.